Alright, this video is going to be for the KT Performance Dash Pod for the SCT Livewire TS. They make two models. I have the newer one, I guess the HDMI cable that goes out the back. They make one, the earlier model that came in on the side. It's got a little different cutout here. Reason why I'm making this video is to share two issues I had with it. At the time I'm making this video, I've only had it installed for 4 days. Yeah, and I've already had two problems with it, but I wasn't able to find really any pictures of it installed. My truck's a 2012 F250. None of the fancy stuff on the dashboard, but I wanted to show you how it looks. It actually does come out pretty clean. You can see a little bit of a gap there inside, but that was a fault of mine during the install. I could have been a little more careful. But comes with these little metal tabs, and they kind of mark in the plastic for you where to put them. What I did is I matched it up just to plastic, and I sort of drew, because you also then put, it's like a Velcro, but it's a really good Velcro. It's almost like all plastic, so it doesn't seem like it'll wear out, but they use 3M tape, which is real good. I expect this will hold up. This is cheap Velcro, and it's still held up years of the Texas heat. And then try to do this one-handed. No, I have to plug my cable in. Alright, I got my HDMI cable plugged in, and the way it's gonna turn on. At first I didn't think it fit right, but by my thumb, sorry about the lighting, from here, this little part you wedge. So I've been starting by pushing this in. It kind of wedges in between your dash. And then also up here, you can kind of see, you push that as well. And that kind of keeps it from vibrating. And then once it's in place, it the Velcro also catches. So it is pretty clean. I don't have it pressed all the way down in the back here. This is a little bit harder to do it there. But I mean, it is pretty clean once you figure it out. This was the first problem. As you can see, this aluminum bracket in the back I made, because the one they sent with it, you kind of see how it's warped and indented here. After being on one day here in springtime in South Texas, it melted. And the way the tuner is held on is, now what I did is I cut my little suction cup mount. Apparently there's a little kit or something you could buy for aftermarket, whatever, but I had no need for it. But this is your thumb screw that usually goes right behind the unit to where it pops in, and it pinches against it. I'm gonna try to take this apart and hold it, I guess, to show you, because it's also very tight for me. But you can see, so there's that spot, or I don't know if you could see it, but this is the part, and you figure this goes onto your suction cup from the way you got it, right? This plate goes in behind here. This little, I'm sorry for this being such a terrible explanation, but you got like a little rubber grommet they send that goes into this hole. I'm losing parts here, trying to do all this one-handed. You put the plate in here, and then you screw that on and it clamps tight. And then there's a hole here for your HDMI cable that goes to the OBD. But anyway, this after one day, it's only springtime, so it got up to about 90. The other day it melted. So because it melted, the tuner was all loose. It actually was almost falling out. That was the first problem. I'm gonna put all this back together now and put it on the dash. All right, here it is all popped back on again. And it's gonna lead me to the second issue that I've found with this. It is on, but I'm gonna have to go in and change this. I could barely see the screen. You probably can't even see it. But the day and night sensor, you're not gonna be able to use because the sensor for it is on the back side of, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this going at the same time. It's on the back side of the unit. So see now that it's brighter. So you can only have it set to 1, which is gonna, for me, I like my dash and everything real dim at night. So this thing's gonna be super bright. And it's at 100% now. So I guess I could leave it at say 50%, or come in and adjust it if I'm driving it day or night. But I think that's kind of annoying, though I'm not sure that there was anything that KT Performance could have did for that. Put it back on gauges. That's normally what I leave it on. But it is pretty clean. It matches up pretty well. I could have got this slightly better by the tab on the inside, getting it in a better place. But it's like my 4th day with it. I made that new adapter plate on the inside. I have contacted them and explained to them that it melted. I can't remember where they're located, but they had to have had that issue. And we'll see if maybe they change their design and make a metal plate. But this is so far probably the cleanest option. I probably could have even taken this before I put it in and painted it so it matched the darker, almost black plastic panel that's on my truck. But it's close enough for me because it matches the gray down here. But yeah, when I was researching, I couldn't find anything on the internet about this to show you what it looked like. Well, you're gonna get kind of a glare, but you figure as the driver, minus the glare, it gives you a very good thing so you can keep your eyes on the road and glance over and see your LEDs. I'm gonna get the exhaust gas temperature kit installed next week so I can watch that too. But hopefully this is helpful to you, and that way you don't just buy it kind of guessing on what you're getting like I did.